This is it, the big one then, the BMW Hong Kong Derby, and we did a special on this as well. If you want to head to the website, the Multimedia Showcase, click on Hong Kong Direct. There you'll find interviews with all the leading connections. We'll hear from a couple of them now. Ed Sadler and Tom Biddington talking about the draw and the bias involved. There's a really good special with Tony Cruz and Blake Shin talking about the difference between last season and Playa del Puente and this one as well, now riding one of the leading chances. So make sure you check that out if you can. As far as this field this year, though, is made up a little bit different to last year, and Golden 60 dominating for over the 2,000 metres, of course, here. This looks wide open, any number of winning chances. Sky Darcy heads the list as the highest rated horse in the race. Casper Fownes and Joe Moret. Excellent Proposal, the Classic Mile winner, will jump from barrier 8. Healthy Happy won the Classic Cup from 3. Tourbillon Diamond, they won't be that pleased with barrier 11, I wouldn't imagine. Russian Emperor was huge in the Classic Cup, beaten a neck by Healthy Happy. Panfield, a last start course and distance. When he got Silver Express, like to roll forward from his inside gate. Conqueror with the blinkers reapplied to him, flashing home behind Butterfield last time out. Maximus ran third in that race and down to Packing Waltham, the lowest rated horse in the race, but it's still a good run in the Classic Cup last time out. Sky Darcy is the only one of these that spent some time at Chung Fa within the last 30 days. So we're at the touchscreen to have a look at the speed map, some of the key races as well. And Mark, as far as the speed is concerned, it would seem on the map in general that most of the leading fancies actually drew quite well.
They did, and the speed, well, it's been quoted in the media with Tony Millard, trainer of both Panfield and Maximus, suggesting it could be the slowest run derby in a long, long time. Now, Panfield, outside of the speed, might have thought he would at least be behind Maximus, if not further back in the field. So perhaps Maximus might race up outside Silver Express, who from barrier number 1 should be able to scoot through and lead. Healthy Happy, of course, he did lead up in the Classic Cup last time, and the speed map has him taking a trail here, but he did win it from the front over the 1,800 metres. Shadow Hero's about midfield. Then the question becomes, who's going to take off mid-race and make it a true staying contest? Is it going to be someone like Conqueror or Congratulation? We'll find out. So a very interesting derby for speed map players coming up.
Could be a
first horse we get
situation like we had last year, Paul.
Yes, exactly. And the first horse we're going to have a look at here is Sky Darcy. Joe Moret aboard for this final gallop here, and it was a nice piece with just a tailor-made, but look, he's a lower class horse. But the horse really stretched out nicely there, I thought, and was a nice final piece from him. Excellent Proposal likewise. Obviously all these horses peaking for the Derby, and it's a 800 metre gallop for him as well as he comes down, and he's definitely going to get his opportunity. He looks good leading into it. And the other one we're going to have a look at is Healthy Happy. Again, you can see he's going nicely as well. Now, he had the race perfectly run to suit last time in the Classic Cup, but he might get something similar here, and he looks good in his work as well.
I can tell you his owner was very happy with the draw on Thursday. He was literally doing a little dance and punching the air when barrier 3 was revealed. We'll come back to him and his Classic Cup win in a moment. Let's start off, though, with John Size with 3 in the race, and again talking with Ed.
John, 3 runners in this year's Derby. Let's start off with Excellent Proposal, barrier number 8. What's your take on that for him?
Yeah, I mean, that's the middle of the field, but I think from there he'll probably go to his normal position. He'll go back a little bit, worse in midfield, and hopefully he can get closer to the inside from there. And he should get a reasonable run, I'm hoping, from that draw.
How's he done since the Classic Cup, John?
He seems in pretty good shape. He's done well at home. He's sound and he's healthy. He's done well, and his trial was quite normal for him. He looked good, so I think he's in good shape.
Lucky Express, was he unlucky in the Classic Cup, did you feel, John?
He looked like he had a beautiful run around to the top of the straight, and then he was held up sort of for some time in the run home. So we didn't sort of get a good look at him that day, but it's hard to tell exactly where he would have finished. But it'd be fair to say he probably could have finished a little bit closer.
Only win has been over 1,200 metres, but he's raced pretty consistently all the way through this campaign, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, I think he's had 3 runs at a mile and 1 at 1,800, and he's still on track. He's in good shape, but the racing doesn't seem to have harmed him. He looks good, and he's in good order. He's still happy to train, so we'll go to the races and see if he can have some luck.
Silver Express, he surprised you just how quickly he's come to hand, John?
Well, he's sort of like one run short. I would have been lucky that it would have been nice to have another run with him, but that didn't come, and he was a little bit wayward at his first two starts, particularly second start, and then he put it all together when he had his third run. But he certainly showed good ability the day one, and it's going to be very interesting to see sort of where he goes in life, even in this race and thereafter.
And from gate one, he led throughout last time out. Do you feel that he'll be able to do not too much work and be up on the speed and making his own luck in running?
Yeah, he should be able to be up. He'll be up on the pace anyway, no matter where he drew, and he might get around the first bend doing a little bit less work because of that gate. So that'll help him save some energy for the finish.
I'd imagine, Mark, that the market will single Excellent Proposal out as the best of John's three runners, but the Express horses, got to give them sort of a chance as well, haven't you?
I'd imagine so, and the way that John's stable are going, you'd be a fool to write any of them off. Silver Express is going to be in front for a long way. If he's not in front, he's certainly going to be somewhere near the speed. Lucky Express, again, it's that classic cup, Paul. How much influence we take on that race going forward to the Derby on Sunday, because it was so slowly run, but might be again this week. And Excellent Proposal is going to have to come from way back in the field.
Yeah, he will. Look, I think he can probably get midfield, Excellent Proposal, so I'm not too worried about him. Silver Express, I suppose there's that slight question mark on whether he'll stay the 2,000 metres, but look, the horse is going well and he's going to get every opportunity from barrier one.
OK, all right. Well, let's have a look. We saw a little bit of it. That's the Classic Cup there with Ed speaking with John, but let's talk about it again. Here is Healthy Happy. Is super ride from Lexi Bedell. He controlled things from the front, and we've got a whole host of them to mark down here. Russian Emperor runs second, his best run so far. Shadow Hero, his best effort in Hong Kong, in third place. Excellent Proposal, just peaked on his run a little bit there in fourth. Tourbillon Diamond, surely he's got to appreciate the step up in trip. He ran fifth. I thought Packing Waltham caught the eye in sixth place, and then Sky Darcy as well, Paul, here in seventh spot. Didn't get the clearest of runs. So the other one I should probably mention is Lucky Express, who finished eighth, also not clear. Delightful Hour and Conqueror also engaged, but we'll just concentrate on, if that's not enough for you, those ones.
Yeah, look, keep an eye on that horse in the yellow and green, because he gets completely knocked over and loses all his momentum. So I really like him coming out of the race. The Sky Darcy. Happy and Healthy, though, look, if he gets a race run to suit, he's a hard horse to get past. I remember Band of Brothers got past him at one stage, an older horse, and he fought back and beat him. So I think he's a good chance in this race as well.
Been with Tourbillon Diamond all of the way through. He had to lead them up around the turn there. He has been proven over this trip in Australia before arriving, but look, I don't know if Alexi didn't wear deodorant or something that day in the Classic Cup. No one wanted to go near him. Whatever it was, he needs to do it again on Sunday.
He does. Yeah, that's probably a pretty good lead-in race, the Classic Cup. Shadow Hero, clearly his best effort so far that day. Can he improve again? Let's find out with jockey Zach Pert.
Zach, the Derby's coming up on Sunday. You've won it before on Luga. Can Shadow Hero give you another Derby win?
Well, I hope so. It's a fairly even race. I think the barriers have probably played into the favoured runners' hands a little bit. But I still think there's half a dozen winning chances in it.
Are you happy with barrier 7 for your horse?
I think it's okay. I would have liked to have drawn inside a couple of those horses that have drawn inside me, but you know, like every time we get to the 2,000 metre start, you just need that little bit of luck going into the first corner, and you know, hopefully we can get that and just find ourselves in a nice spot.
He put his best run to date here in Hong Kong in the Classic Cup. Is he coming into the Derby in the right sort of form?
He's probably coming into the Derby in his best form. You know, whether that's going to be good enough to win it, obviously we'll find out. We'll see how the track is racing on the day, but he had every favour last time. He had a beautiful run, and obviously there was a lot of runners that went over the line together. Like I said, there's nothing between a number of horses here.
And the subsequent trial, what was your take on that?
Thought it was okay. He doesn't do anything unless you ask him to do it. He just floated along, ticked over nicely. So I think he's, like you said, I think he's in his best form so far, and let's hope that's good enough.
And brought some excellent form from Australia as well, Shadow Hero. He's definitely one of the main players, I think. What, though, Paul, about Panfield? Now, this is a last start course and distance win. Clearly, this race is going to be tougher, but if you know nothing else, you know he's going to get the trip.
Yeah, there's no problems with the 2,000 metres, and he has beaten the older horses, so that's real positives. The negatives are he's drawn barrier number 12, and he needs a bit of pace in the race, and I'm not sure where he's going to get that pace from.
He's come through this unorthodox way of getting to the Derby, unlike so many of them through the Classic Mile and the Classic Cup. He's come through the Class 2 races. Flying Quest is racing well, but wouldn't win the Derby. Look, he's won up to 2,400 in Chile. I think he's the best of the Millard pair, but just going to risk him.
OK, we're back at the trials here to see Russian Emperor warming up. Karis Teton saying this is his best Derby ride so far since he's been here in Hong Kong. Silver Express, who led them along here. This is a mile, this trip this day. Excellent Proposal was ridden quietly. You've got Packing Waltham finishing 4th place. Shadow Hero again in 5th, and Mark Lucky Express once more. So some of the leading players here warming up in this trial.
They ran a very solid back straight in this trial, Andrew, with the Silver Express setting it up. You can see Russian Express, he was given a very strong hit out from the 200 metres to go on in this trial. He has won up to 1,993 metres prior to arriving in Hong Kong, so the extra 7 metres won't be an issue. Love the trial from Excellent Proposal, Paul.
Yeah, he's the one. I really liked Excellent Proposal's trial. I thought he was pushed out here, Russian Emperor. He's still a Hong Kong maiden, and he's a big horse, and he's barrier 5. When he gets amongst the horses, I'm not too sure with him.
Yeah, and if one of these Hong Kong maidens were to win, it's a decent bonus as well. High achievement bonus for the owners also. I think I've seen 3 different favourites already since we've started the show here. Shadow Hero is our current favourite. Paul, what do you think?
Look, history shows that you need a rating of 100 to win this. No horse, well, one horse a century has done it, and that was Keen Winner back in the year 2000. No Hong Kong maidens won it. Sky Darcy, for me, he just fits all these categories. He's going to get the perfect run from barrier number 2. He should be 2 or 3 back on the rail, and I just think he'll get the perfect run. If he gets a clear run, he didn't in the Classic Cup. His half-brother won the Brisbane Cup in Chakante, so I'm not worried about the 2,000 for him. I'll get him on top, but I'm going to make him the best of the day. I think we'll get a decent price. Excellent Proposal, the hardest to beat for me from Healthy Happy. And of the others, look, I just like those 3, 1, 2, 3. But to put another one in, I thought Maximus would be right on the pace, and he might hit the line strongly at a big price. But 1, 2, 3 for me, 13.
With Torbjorn Diamond, been with him since he arrived in Hong Kong when he was Eric the Eel. He won over 2,200 metres at Doomben, 3rd in the Australian Derby over 1.5 miles. That was a wet track though. He's drawn barrier number 11, but he's going to run the trip. Excellent Proposal. Master trainer Blake Shin looking to go one better in the Derby after nearly producing a cracker of a ride last year. He's got a real life chance again. Shadow Hero, Zach Purton, can't leave him out in a Group 1 feature like this. And 7 Russian Emperor, 5, 2, 4 and 7.
It's such an even contest. I'm going to go with Excellent Proposal and Sky Darcy. That's my 1-2. Russian Emperor, the big danger. Outside of that, you could have 4 or 5 more, but I've gone for a little bit of value there. Packing Waltham right down at the bottom. I think if he gets on a roll, maybe he could run into a place. But that is the field for the BMW Hong Kong Derby as race number 8. Still 2 more races to go. The 9th's a good one as well. We drop back to the 1,200 metres with the unbeaten. Fantastic way.